Hello. Welcome to Honeydew Me. I'm Cass.
And I'm Emma, and this is our podcast, Honeydew Me Podcast.
You're just getting all our words one after the other, just exactly
All the
same.
words I have right in my head.
Aren't we proving what amazing speakers we are?
Yep. This is why you should listen to us every single week. So right now we're in our summer rewind. We are doing recalling old episodes that we think everyone should revisit, and also doing a small little checkup every month. But we are back with like full brand new episodes starting September.
Mm-hmm. We're so excited. We have so many fun things. And if you're a first-time listener, we talk about sex. So
yes,
that's it. The easy
I guess that's what I meant
lemon
to say
squeeze.
before that. Yeah. If you're a first-time listener, this is what's happening. We talk about sex, entering, exiting, swooshing, swizzling.
All of them. Every single thing you can do with a ween.
Orifice.
Yep. Whatever you got between your legs, we'll find something to do with it. Yeah. But today we are wanting to do a little check-in. We're on break, so we'll be honest. Neither of us have that much going on, and that's how we like it. No. That's how we want it. We don't have much going on upstairs either. So
not a thought behind these eyes.
Yeah, we wanted to revisit a couple of our favorite sex stories because something a little interesting happened to us in the last couple of months. Do you want to tell them what happened?
Surely. We were asked to do a project, which sounded very cool. It was a project about retelling a hot, steamy sexcapade moment. It was for a little docu-series, which we thought would be really cool. But they wanted it to be hot and steamy. And two things Cass and I aren't are flawless, hot, and steamy. Well, three things. Those are three things that we're not. And so we didn't feel like it would be the most perfect fit.
Yeah, right? As if you are a listener of this podcast, you know that we talk about sexy stories, but we do it from such an authentic, that's the kind word for it, just like here's also the not so sexy stuff that happened during that time, because our whole thing is normalizing that sex isn't perfect and beautiful and sexy all of the time. And they specifically wanted sexy. So I'm excited to watch it, but we will not be a part of it.
Correct. And I wish I could tell. I feel like a lot of our great successful sex stories come from learning and from not mistakes necessarily, but like hiccups that feel awkward. Like that's how I can tell a really good story in my life. And so, wasn't the best fit for how we fumble through life in the bedroom. But we thought, why not just tell them here anyways?
Yeah, because we did think of some stories. Yeah, you want to know. You want to fucking hear it. Because we did think of some stories, because we have had some really big learnings, takeaways. I don't know.
I thought you were going to say dicks.
We had some huge dicks in our mouths. And so we just want to share the swizz with you.
Really quick aside, I had a dream last night that I was at a work event giving a blowjob. And then my boss was just like, "There's Em, she's our receptionist," and I was just like,
"Office whore reporting for duty."
Reporting for duty. Yeah. So parallels to my life.
Parallels. Oh, fuck. I love that dream for you. Not sure what it means. I think it means you're killing it at work.
I think so.
I think it means a promotion is eagerly awaiting.
I'm killing it at work.
You know what Emma asked me yesterday? She asked what a Hummer is.
I didn't know.
Not the climate change vehicle. Not the vehicle responsible for climate change, but it's a blowjob. Yeah. So if you also weren't aware of what a Hummer was, it's a blowy. So you're giving a Hummer at work in a dream.
I was giving a nice big Hummer. I don't know why I feel like that's never come up in our episodes as blowjob slang, but I'll sure be using it now. I'm going to ask if I'm having sexual encounters with someone that has a penis. I'm going to say, "Want a Hummer?"
Are you actually going to ask if they want a Hummer?
Probably not. I typically don't do the things that I say I'm going to do.
I typically don't give hummers.
I
I'm
also
more
don't
of
do
a
that.
bummer. And I don't mean up the ass. I just mean in general.
One of my favorite moments is when we were at that wedding a couple weekends ago and we were sitting in our room and we were being just funny. We're like, my feet hurt, my head hurts. And you were like, and I'm unhappy. And I was just like, we were just naming things physically that were wrong, but also we dove deep emotionally.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm a bummer. I don't give hummers.
And I'm unhappy.
I'm unhappy.
It's such a funny thing to say with a smile.
Yeah.
I don't
And
know.
I'm unhappy.
I think that's, I don't know, when anybody asks how you are, be honest and say, I'm unhappy.
Honestly, I'm unhappy. Ugh. That's been
Bye.
rough. Bye.
You're like in a
Great to
work
see
meeting.
you. Yeah. Next. In a Zoom. Round robin. Oh, that's so funny. So yeah, let's dive into our sex stories. Do you want to go first?
Sure, I'll lay it on them thick.
Lay it on thick.
I feel like one of the biggest things I've learned just from doing the podcast is that sex is messy and it's not perfect. And that isn't anything related to the story I'm about to tell. I'm not even sure why I started with that. That is the biggest thing I've learned from the podcast. But the other biggest thing I've learned from the podcast, sorry, I just was going on like my typical, here's why Honeydew Me is so great.
We're not on the docuseries, Cass. This isn't it.
I need to
This
cool
isn't
my
fucking
tits.
it.
Literally, I'm so fucking hot.
Just your one.
Uh,
Okay, we fucking get it.
anyways, the other biggest thing I've learned is that like you deserve to be comfortable and do whatever it takes to make a sexual experience work for you. Why are you laughing? I'm serious now.
Because it's so different than what you started. It's messy. And I'm sorry, now I'm here.
I'm
present.
also messy, is the point. I'll wrap it back around. Yeah, so just making the experience as comfortable for you. Like if you don't like being on your knees, giving a hummer, don't give a hummer on your knees. You know what I mean? If your jaw hurts while you're giving a hummer, use some of Luna's techniques and lick the side. I don't know why everything I'm saying has to do with a hummer. I don't do them that often. So weird that that's my go-to. But we actually did an episode a while ago that
Hummers
was
for summer.
Hummers for summer. Oh, talk about merch.
Yeah.
We'll do it on
I'll stop
bikini
interrupting.
bottoms.
I fucking love it. And just like the TikTok girl with her sweatshirts, they'll all be birds.
Exactly. Hummers for summer.
Hell yeah.
Maybe we can do a collab with her.
Oh, I would love that. All right, I'm done interrupting.
Yes,
Probably
please
not.
fucking stop. Anyways, so we did an episode a while back on how to have sex as a super sensitive human being, both of us being super sensitive
Being witch.
motherfuckers. And I think that's a lot of the struggle I've had around sex is being able to stay in the moment, not focusing on how I look, not focusing on what's going on around me, just focusing on what's happening right in front of me, inside of me. And so I think it's resulted in a lot of lost orgasms, some lackluster pleasure. And that's why I was really excited about that episode. So definitely go listen to that episode. But my transformative sexual experience that came from that was when my husband listened to that episode. And I was actually on a trip while he listened to it. And then I came back and he was like, let's have sex as soon as I walked in the door. That's not really our thing. Anyways.
I don't know if you know me, but that's not really my
But
thing.
I'm not really spontaneous like that. And so we ended up having shower sex, and it was the best experience of my life. And so I'm not referencing the shower sex that I had where he farted on the side of the shower. That's
We're
a different
not
story.
talking about
that
that
was
one.
not the life-changing experience. The life-changing experience.
It was in a way. It was for
in
me.
a way. It transformed a lot of us. Yeah, but the life-changing part of it was for me was that he accounted for every single one of my senses and made sure that I would be overwhelmed and not overwhelmed in all the right ways. So by being in the shower, I think it just kind of like made me be in the moment. I think that's probably biological. When you're around water, you need to be in the moment, safety-wise.
You know, to live.
You know.
Safety-wise.
So that was incredibly helpful to me. And then what
Mm-hmm.
he didn't make me think of a single thing. He didn't make me think what's going to happen next. He told me exactly what to do the entire time, and I fucking loved it. I will say
Ate that shit
in
up.
most of life, I am telling me and him what to do, and I really don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
I hate making decisions. I'm sure that comes from a place of trauma, whatever. I hate choosing even like where to go out to eat. I really don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
And so in that moment, him taking away that like decision fatigue at all and that anxiety around what am I going to say next, what's going to happen next, all of that just made me so fucking present. It was incredible. I don't know. That's literally the only like 2 things that were different that he implemented, and it just made a world of difference.
And also in the shower, we've talked about before how you really hate the feeling of like dry skin.
Yes.
And like that's another reason why maybe the shower worked for you.
Yeah, so I have a lot of sensory issues, one of them being dry skin, another one being spit. And so I think the shower masks both of those things so fucking well. You're so right, because then you're just like a fucking dolphin and you have no idea what's spit and what's not.
That's when I've always been able to swallow, given a Hummer. Just as a PSA.
Is it shower
anyone
water? Is it cum? I don't know.
Cum laude. I don't know what that is. I mean, that's you graduate
like
with that. But
yeah. Well, I hope your shower water doesn't taste like cum, that it's that indistinguishable.
Yeah, I know. But anyway, just, sensory.
Rusty
sensory
pipes.
wise. Rusty pipes. That's what I should say. Given a Hummer, rusty pipes. Anyway,
so in general, you are not a swallower.
no. No, I would rather do anything else I'd rather like sleep on needles than swallow someone's cum. I mean it. I'd rather be in a movie of Saw.
Oh my God.
I really don't like it. I don't like it.
All right.
I could get graphic. I don't want to.
You don't need to prove it to me. I believe you that you don't like it. And I love all of the things you would rather do than swallow cum. I appreciate your
I'd rather get
passion
slivers
about
in
it.
my toes for forever.
Ugh. My God.
I'm just saying things I'd
All
rather
right.
do.
Okay. I'm happy for you.
All right.
Yeah, so kind of a quick story, but those were all of my favorite things.
And you go into greater lengths about how all of your sensory icks were covered in a YouTube episode we actually did like a long time ago.
Yeah, so that's on YouTube. That's the only place you'll find it, unless somebody's pirated it and put it on Pornhub.
Just you talking is no one.
It's an arousing experience. I may not get comments about my voice. Of course, my voice cracked as I fucking said that. Are you kidding? Are you fucking kidding?
Cass is sensitive about her voice sound now, if you guys haven't picked that up. Because I got one compliment. One guy.
You wrote it yourself.
Said I had a great voice. Emma specifically.
We're just in there writing our
know.
own comments.
Yeah. I wouldn't put it past me.
She has
she
such
is
a
tan.
mesmerizing voice.
Oh, she's great to look at on YouTube and listen to. I listen to it to go to bed. Anyway, no, I don't do that. But no, I really love that experience was so transformative for you, because we've also brought that up multiple times, like throughout our friendship and just talking about sex.
Yeah.
Since that's happened. So it's great to know that that's in your guys' arsenal of tools.
Her arsenal.
But why would you say that it wasn't a story you would have put in like the docuseries?
Honestly, I don't think it's even the story itself that wouldn't be fitting for it, because truly that's one of my least authentic stories. I'm not sure how else to say, like, nothing bad happened. Nothing embarrassing happened. I think it's just the way that I feel telling a story is I don't want to try and come at it from like a sexy perspective. Like, yes, it was amazing sex. I had so much fun. I felt really sexy while I was having that sex, but that's just not my perspective on sex. Maybe in 20 years, I'm going to feel really different and really confident in like talking about sexy things. But I think I really need to work on like my own experience of feeling sexy in the first place. I think it just, I would have felt not me. So,
yeah. No, that checks out. I don't think either one of us exist in this world where we're like, have high moments or long moments of feeling sexy. Mm-hmm. So I totally get that. When I was contemplating, sorry, there's something in my eye. That's why I'm going to be twitching this whole time. When I was contemplating like doing the docuseries itself, I was like, how do I tell this story in an upbeat way? Mm-hmm. Like, how do I come off like I'm confident and everything was flawless and hot and steamy? I was like, there's so much I'm not confident about when it comes to how I perform sexually.
Exactly. We'll get into your story.
My story that I thought of came after a relationship where I, speaking of, felt undesirable and unsexy for a long time. And this like fling, relationship, whatever we dated for a little bit, happened a good amount of time into the podcast. So I've already started, exploring what it meant to like give yourself pleasure and own your sexuality and your sexual desire, like all that shit. Like I knew that sex was supposed to feel good and like I was supposed to feel desired because I exist and like that's all that you need. But this was the first person I had ever been with that I was like trying out this like newfound confidence with. And he was also someone that I have been friends with for like 10 years. We like off and on have been flirting and dating for 10 years. So it was like a moment that's been building for so long. So this is like the story that I thought of because it was the first time I felt like so sexy, so, I don't know, just like this goddess in the bedroom that I hadn't almost ever felt, it feels like, because he just wanted to have sex with me so badly, but from a place of like, we love each other because we've been friends for forever. And so it was from a very like safe and comforting place as well as hot and steamy.
Right.
So that's what made me think of this story. But what ruled me out of feeling like I could tell it was that there were so many awkward hiccups that also made it amazing. But I couldn't like leave it out. I couldn't leave out the fact that like as we were getting into bed, the jade necklace that he wore, let's start there. He like leapt into bed because he was so excited. And as that happened, the jade swung from his chest and bumped me in the tooth, hit me straight in the mouth. And it hurt. Like it really hurt. It was a rock that hit me in the face. And so that happened first and foremost. And I don't think either one of us finished. There was a lot of big pauses because like 10 years of building up to having sex with someone, that's kind of a lot of pressure to put on a moment. And I think we both got like overwhelmed and it was like a long sex event, marathon, if you will. Sexcapade because of the breaks and just, we also wanted to try a bunch. It was like trying to fit in everything you've ever thought of with one person and like fantasized about. And it's just like that part wasn't necessary. So it was almost like, oh, there's a lot going on at once. This is exciting, but clunky. But like it was safe and it was fun and it was beautiful. And he went down on me for like 700 years, which was the best thing of my life. And I just felt like I was a desirable person again. I've said that 17 times, but that was just a huge moment for me in like having sex again with someone new. I never thought that I could have that feeling. Like I thought it was more just like, here I am. And then they have sex with you and then it's done. Like, yeah. So anyway, it was just transformative in how I thought about myself as like a sexy person in the bedroom. And that's why I thought of that story.
I love that. I love that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Amazing. We have such great takeaways.
We do. And I think it's hard because we want to talk about why it makes us better people, or at least I do. And like, that's not how you tell a like sexy story. I want
Right.
to talk about myself. I don't want to talk about like the way he entered me.
Yeah, it's like, look how amazing I am, how transformed I am, not
I've
the
become.
actual eroticness of the situation.
I honestly don't remember. You have so much better memory than I do. I have the memory of a goldfish, so I don't recall everything else that we did.
Just a little bit. You do have a little bit of a short-term memory.
It's incredible. It truly is. I promise you I try hard to remember things. And like in my life as an adult, I have gotten so much better. Yet, chronically, I forget 80% of what we talk about in our business meetings.
Maybe you're
Or
just
things that we have
really
to do.
present. You know what I mean? If you're present in every moment, you're not going to be recalling all of the old stuff.
Yeah,
Sorry, you're
that's
just
true.
living life. YOLO.
YOLO. This last weekend, I hosted an event for my work, and I had to meet a bunch of vendors. And I was trying to be so intentional on remembering everyone's name as I was shaking their hand. The second I shook their hand, it said bye.
Yep.
And then I was done, and I was like, no, come back. God,
Just start
fucking
calling
damn
them
it.
like pet names. Honey, sweetie
Honey.
pie.
Oh, sweetie, thank you so much. That's professional. That'll get
Very
them to come back.
professional. Sexy, can you bring that over here for me? Come here,
Can you
Buns.
bend over and pick that up? I think that'll work.
Yeah. So just use that going. There's a little professional advice from your two favorite business owners. Just coming right at you.
Yeah, pet names.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why I find it hard to like retell stories. Like really genuinely, truthfully, from my heart, don't remember.
But you know it was good. And that's what matters. And we got the major takeaways. I feel like overall, our takeaways are like, you deserve it. You deserve to be deeply desired. You deserve to make whatever accommodations you need to make the sex enjoyable. And I feel like those are two things that we tend to sacrifice, especially being people with vulvas and people socialized as women, because it's like you settle a lot. You know what I mean? You settle for someone who doesn't treat you the way that you actually want to be treated, because maybe that doesn't exist. Maybe you're asking for too much. But it's like, no, chances are you're not asking for too much. I always get those TikToks, though, that are like, you're not asking for too much. Tell them what you really want, and then something will pop up after it, a stitch, and it's like, this is not aimed at you.
Yeah. Actually, you're good. You're fine.
So
You've said enough.
I don't know. Take what I'm saying with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
But yeah, and we
Yeah.
we let ourselves be uncomfortable or in pain because we don't want to be a bother. I feel like overall we just don't want to be a bother, and we don't want to ask for too much. And it's like sex should not be a time when you're worried about bothering someone.
Yeah. Or you don't deserve any of that pleasure and admiration and accommodation at all. That's kind of going off of what you just said. But that's where I come from too, of like being a bother, and if I ask for it, do I even deserve all of these like hoops to go through? And I call them hoops, and hoops are a stupid name for just like
Your needs.
your
fucking needs. Yeah, you're not too
Yeah.
needy. We did an episode on that. Your needs fucking matter, and they really matter in a sexual context because it's a fucking vulnerable situation. Of course you should have to jump through hoops to get into my hoop.
To get into my hoop. And all of my hoops. My mouth hoop, my front hoop, my back
Anything
hoop.
that's remotely a sphincter. It should be there should be many hoops you have to go through to get to that.
Isn't that crazy that we say jumping through hoops when I say just meeting my needs?
Yeah,
Like
just
that actually blew my mind just now.
just moving so you're not fucking aching in your hip.
Yeah.
That weird
Yeah.
like
Sorry, you have to jump through a hoop.
yeah, I'm so sorry that I'm not going to be in excruciating pain and you have to scoot to the left 1 inch.
You have to
I'm
scoot.
so sorry.
So sorry.
I'm so sorry you're not actually touching my clit at all, and you're like rubbing my taint and it doesn't feel good at all. I'm so sorry.
rubbing my taint. The smoothest surface. I'm so sorry.
You're actually lost in my
Stop.
labial folds.
In my labial. I get it. It's a wicked forest in there,
Oh.
but like enchanted as well. Oh my god. That is so funny. That's amazing. There you have it.
There you have it. Take up space, ask for what you want. You're desirable. You're welcome.
Hoops for your hoops.
And I'm unhappy.
That as well. And I'm unhappy. On that note, we won't see you next week, but we'll be fine. We're gonna come back again in August for 2 more rewind episodes and a catch up, and then we'll be fully swanging. I was gonna make a dick joke, but that was the end of it. In September with brand new episodes.
That was the dick joke.
Yeah.
We've got such good content coming. I'm so excited. We're going
excited.
someplace very exciting this weekend, and we're going to take you along with us in an episode. And oh my God, you're gonna cream yourself.
Ew. 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 I will say I'm so fucking excited. Like, this is outside of the realm of anything you and I have ever experienced. And the fact that we're going to be able to do it and then talk about it, I'm really fucking excited.
Me too. Me too. We have so many fun things. You know you love us. XOXO. Honeydew me.
Honeydew me. We will see you in a couple weeks.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.